Last Monday night, the grand jury in Ferguson, Missouri, decided not to indict police officer Darren Wilson, and there were looters in Ferguson, there were protesters in Ferguson, and I think it's important to distinguish between the looters and rioters and the protesters, because I don't think there's a whole lot of overlap between the two. But you had reaction in St. Louis, you had reaction in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, you had reaction in Los Angeles, had reaction in New York City. These are all organized, by the way. Don't ever think these things happen spontaneously anymore. I wanted to take some time to talk to a man who's actually living and working in Ferguson, Missouri as a pastor, and I'm delighted to be joined right now by Father Robert Rosenbrough. He is pastor of Blessed Teresa of Calcutta parish there in Ferguson. He has led the priestful lean-in prayer procession from the parish to City Hall on November 2nd, and he's led multiple prayer services for peace since the shooting.
Our parish comprises about probably 10 to 15% African Americans in the parish proper.
Okay.
And 30% of our school is African American.
Okay.
And so many of the stories that kind of emerged as quiet stories that prejudice and racism that a couple of people told me after the event of Michael Brown's death, when I just happened to talk how things are going, when I visited them in the hospital or at their home just on another occasion. People kept focusing on the inquiry, indictment or non-indictment,
right,
grand jury, and that to me was inconsequential because the issue of Michael Brown's death uncovered the real issues deeper down of racism and prejudice.
Those issues were pretty evident and present before the shooting, and the shooting just kind of ripped the veil off.
Very much so.
Okay.
And, the issues Ferguson is a fantastic community. I was involved in the 60s and 70s in the civil rights movement way back then. I'm 71 years of age. I've been around a long time. And so I remember very well the issues and the marches and the sit-ins and the confrontations that took place in our own city and other places. And my own heart was very lifted up in praise and in excitement and union with them. Ferguson, to me, has become the new Bethlehem, because the original Bethlehem was Jesus became incarnate and entered into our brokenness of humanity. Well, it seems that Ferguson is the catch-all name to face racism and enter the brokenness of trying to face that brokenness, because everybody wants a quick answer, take care of the problem, take care of those people,
right.
And then it'll all go away. And you always have messiness.
Yeah.
My first step is always to walk away from conflict.
Okay.
Always, always, always. I want peace and harmony and love.
Okay.
And unity. Mm-hmm. But when I come back in, I walk straight to the heart.
Yeah.
And I won't let go until it's finished.
When you recommend prayer for what?
Well, prayer is not to change God's mind.
Right.
Prayer is for us. And this coming Sunday's homily is going to be dealing with how becoming humility in prayer that the Lord wants to change us. Mm-hmm. And how do we put ourselves at His disposal to see more clearly the beams or the specks in our own eyes that are part of the issues and problems in Ferguson and in the wider community.